Hi there, this is Mark Kelso, and I'd like to invite you out to the Elvis Goes Jazz experience presented by the West End Jazz Series. This concert will take place on Saturday, April the 15th, and will be located in Oakville's premier dinner theater, which is inside the Oakville Conference Center. And I'll be leading an all-star group led by David Statham on the vocals and yours truly on the drums, but also featuring such guests as Colleen Allen, Michael Occhipinti, Mike Downs, Kevin Turcotte, and Ewan Farncombe. For tickets, go to westendjazz.ca. That's westendjazz.ca. Hope to see you there. The music that Elvis sang, especially in his early days, was a mixture of gospel, soul, rhythm and blues, rockabilly, country music, all these styles put together to create what they ended up calling rock and roll. But if you look at the location of those southern U.S. states, such as Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, they're not that far away from Louisiana and the birthplace of jazz in the city of New Orleans. So it's possible to think that the musicians of those eras, would cross the states and just hang out with each other and trade ideas. So you could have a gospel musician hanging out with a jazz musician, or a jazz musician and a country musician talking and just creating things. So I think for this Elvis Goes Jazz project, it's really not that far a stretch to think that some of these early Elvis tunes could be reformatted in a sort of jazz style. And I think that's what we've tried to accomplish with this project. My introduction to Elvis Presley comes through my father, Sam, who actually met him. Back around 1969 in the Bahamas, in the Paradise Islands, my dad's Irish show band, the Witnesses from Belfast, were working at a resort there, and Elvis just happened to be staying on the same resort with Priscilla. It was right before he had his big comeback in Las Vegas. Of course, he was still a mega star, so imagine my dad's surprise when Elvis walked over to the band one day after a rehearsal and introduced himself to them. They started chit-chatting. They talked about hilarious things like a Belfast Elvis impersonator, and they all had their picture taken with him. He came out to the show, and he was always saying hi throughout the course of the 6 weeks they were hanging out there. They said it was a great experience, and he was such a gentleman and very nice man. And then for me, I just watched his movies as a teenager because I liked the music. I thought he was super cool, and that's how my sort of introduction continued.